Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome, my friends, fellow gamers, rogue traders, and other enthusiasts to the next episode, episode 002 of Warhammer 40K Rogue Trader. We're playing this CPRPG, and we're actually trying to play it correctly with no exploits, no cheats, no mods, and I'm not cheating by looking ahead on videos or looking at stuff on Reddit or YouTube or anything else. I'm doing this more or less blind. More or less meaning blind. I've seen very little other than a few trailers, one or two videos just to figure out what was happening, and that was it. Last we left off, we were following the exploits of Boydsan DeZinj, where he found out that he has blood of the Valencia line. There's a cinematic I created for Rogue Traders. Please watch and enjoy. If you don't like it, please skip about 2 minutes. I know this cinematic is longer than normal, but please watch it. Click all the bell icons, like, subscribe. Trust me, it does a world of good. And I would appreciate if you give me any comments or suggestions, because like I said, other than me watching a few trailers, one or two quick videos just to get the gist of the game, I know very little about the game. I've never played the role-playing version of Warhammer 40K. I've played other role-playing games, so I understand the basics. I played D&D before, so I understand more or less the basics. You know, you don't have to tell me lore is intelligence until, I understand how it works. But please watch the cinematics, and I'll be back in a few. Welcome, friends, gamers, and other enthusiasts to the BoydofZINJ channel. I hope you enjoy your time here and the video. Please like, subscribe, do all the bell icons, and comment. It really does help small content creators like myself and others by doing so. If you click on the notifications, it may even let others and the YouTube gods know that they may enjoy these videos. With that being said, let's play.
In the darkness between the stars, the weak and the faithless find no deliverance.
It does not matter who you were before, a fearless general, a fractious noble, or a bloodthirsty criminal. As a rogue trader, your endowed authority allows you to recruit crew members from almost any echelon of the Imperium. Will you be a staunch follower of the Imperial Creed, or risk more dangerous associations?
We are raised to believe that the God Emperor watches over us all. And so we are charged to cleanse the mutant, the heretic, the alien.
After all, ends justify any means. And nothing can stop the rogue trader.
The galaxy burns, yet still we stand, the last bulwark against the terror. And while we draw breath, we will fight. For in this new dark age, there is only war.
Thank you and welcome back. Alright, last we left off, Boydsan DeZinj discovered a plot to overthrow and kill the rogue trader leader of the Valencia clan, which we share some sort of bloodline with. And we met up with one person. We put lots of stuff in the cargo hold, but we kept one pistol and one sword. And I was thinking, maybe I actually need a melee weapon, and maybe the other guy, as a spare, needs a ranged weapon. Just in case he's at range, right? I believe this is first and second hand. See? And I believe there's a journal. Right to blood.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
The navigator sector is dark.
Uh-oh, what's this?
And so, he will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Howdy.
Watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valencius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
I'm not sure what a diviner are, but it sounds like a diviner is probably someone who could tell the future, probably a psyker who could tell the future, is my guess based on her words and the word, diviner. What are you doing here? I'm going to say 1.
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valencius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. The Vox Glow. You hear a few clicks, blah, blah, blah. Officer's frequency. To all who can hear me. Those with the weapon in their hands are to gather onto the officer's deck at once. I repeat. Gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
If she's a diviner, she'll know that. So I'm going to go with I'm still going to go with number 1.
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart. The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the engineerium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Engineer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks. Oh no, 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 no. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Fault.
What advice do you seek?
Yes?
How do I move a group?
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
Keep your wits about
Okay,
you.
okay, I figured it out.
I have a nose for profit and a taste.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes?
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just buy run, fools, or fall! Oh, this is the battle. I get it now. Start the battle. Idira is a psyker and operative. As an operative, she can study the opponents and identify their weakness, and her psyker ability allows her to deal damage to them. Analyze enemies is an operative ability which applies exploit to all enemies within the operative's line of sight. At the start of each of the operative's turn, the operative can also use the ability against a specific enemy to inflict several stacks of this effect. The higher the operative's intelligence bonus is, the more exploits that will be inflicted. Whenever the operative hits a target with the exploits applied to them, the attack deals additional damage. The amount of extra damage depends on the target number of exploits and the operative's perception. Expose weakness is an operative's ability which they can use against a single enemy who is under the exploit effect. The ability reduces the enemy's dodge, parry, and armor. Idira is armed with a special staff which allows a psyker to unleash psychic powers against the enemy. In the future, you will encounter stages that only psyker versed in certain disciplines can use. For example, you might find a staff that lets psychers use Inferno, but to do so, they must first have the Pyromancy psychic discipline learned.
Will do. Was that you? Or...
Follow my lead. Indeed.
I didn't mean to do any of that. Whoops.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done. Another enemy down. I'll make it happen.
But of course. Will do. Stop mocking me. Anything else?
I will do my duty. At your beck and call.
Vespedius. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through two dark gill-like slits in its cheek. The creature's eyes are shut. The two ordinary eyes, as well as the third one, sits in the center of its forehead. Abelard. I believe Master Zepidus still lives. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive. I'm going to select address to Idra. What's wrong with him? Idhira. Wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one. Vespidus. The navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open its normal eye. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the third eye, and his face leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from the Vox grill in the base of the bizarre chair. It's unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. I'm going to select option one. Our time is too short to do what? Vespidus. Suddenly the navigator's body starts to thrash in place. It lurches forward, then falls back to the seat. Then thrusts forward again as its bone crack and its skin tear open. However, the fusion between the body and chair to be stronger, and the wild impetus, the mutant remains seated but leans as far forward as he can, his layered remnant slowly turning crimson. The gills slits burst open, forming two hideous scream mouth-like armpits. Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn. It came from behind. His body's not his. Idra's scream is echoed by silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator, succumbing to the paroxysms of the corruption. Vespidus. It marches, thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words, and meaning each one potent of salvation within thee. The navigator continued to convulse violently in the seat, and cracking. He stopped, but his fit stopped abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from his third eye has turned from a thicket, trickled into a stream mixed with blood coming out of his nose, and there is purple swelling around the eye. Yikes! Run! Flee from this place! And while I have the strength, I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp, and it can't be done without the master helmsman's help. A demon. Address Abelard. The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What can we do now? Abelard. The ship can only be translation with the assistance of the master helmsman. If he's still alive, it's worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck, join forces with Etherthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodore. There, she must have heard the call to arms that the Servoscope relayed to us earlier. Vespidus, good luck and thank you. The navigator appears dead. Only slight movements in his chest and twitching of his eyelids lets you know they still cling to life.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
The navigating sanctums. Okay, so we got new loot. Let's take a look.
much worse. Oh well. Let's look around.
I always keep my options open.
Oh, excellent. I'll keep this just in case.
I always have a backup plan. Keep your wits about you.
I thought we came from here, but oh well. Oh, I think we're going back. That's right. Make it to the officer's deck. Just making sure.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this up!
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from you. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
The Emperor protects. Argenta, the white-haired warrior, turns to face you, her dark hair blazing. The weapon quivers in her hand for a brief moment. It seems that she's not going to stop and wants to continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta. Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Picking option 1, Boydsan DeZinj von Valencia, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
Very interesting selections. Number 1 is not the right one to pick. So 2 or 3. I'm no traitor, you can be sure of that. And then her response is, you can't be sure of anything. Not think to insinuate that I'm one of the traitors. I will not let such an affront slide. Are you trying to, be passive aggressive and be angry? I'm gonna pick this one too.
If you speak truthfully, the Emperor will not forsake you. If you are lying, you will not escape his retribution. I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
Obviously, I'm picking the first one. Lord Imperium succeeded. What is a warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard a rogue trader ship? Your orders serve the X move. Do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation, under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
I'm going to go on number 2. What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness. Join me in prayer.
How do I get the formation up again?
Look no further.
Is there money to be made? Rise to the top or get left in the dust. I will lead us to fortune.
What advice do you seek?
My whispered crave.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Victory is imminent. Let's patch you up.
Just in time.
I always have a backup plan. I always keep my options open.
Ah. Looks like I got an upgrade. She's a soldier. Range. Okay.
More enemies to face judgment. We are truly blessed this day.
I will take you down.
Argenta is the warrior Adeptus Sororitas and a soldier. She's an expert with burst range weapons that deal damage in an area. Another of Argenta's strengths is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is a unique soldier ability, granting the soldier extra movement points that reduces the cost of the next attack by -1 action points. The soldier will also suffer a -10 penalty to the ballistic attacks. Okay. Yeah, alright. Grants momentum equal to 6.
I'll do it.
My place is at the fore. It will be done. At your beck and call. An exemplary strike. I will do my duty.
unfortunate turn of fate. Was that you? Or... Will do.
I will endure.
Who if not me? You never stood a chance. On it.
Doubt is for the weak. Guided by faith. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Well, that was a waste of a medikit.
Strike is a prayer.
That's not the Seneschal's job. Someone else can do this. I'm not interested. I'd rather not.
Anything else? Farewell. On it.
It's as good as done.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands, I act. will not. Pain cleanses the body.
Someone else can do this. I'm not interested. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Indeed.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
But of course.
Will do. What an unfortunate turn of fate.
I'll see to it personally. Keep your
Do you
wits
see that?
about you.
Oh, that was interesting.
Success is the only outcome I accept. Is there money to be made?
Well, the tech person is obviously myself.
Let us not dawdle. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust. I always have a backup plan.
Okay, alright. Loot, loot, loot.
I always keep my options open. Is there money to be made?
Well, let's use the tech use since I got...
Just as I planned.
Restore power.
I always get the job done. Let us not dawdle. Success is the only outcome I accept.
Medicine 35. 40.
Let's patch you up.
Just in time.
When I say the game,
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
I'm at your service. This wound will make a fine scar.
I owe you one.
I know how to take risks.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. Let me help.
I won't forget this.
Let's patch you up.
I owe you a debt.
this is for science. I'm just testing this out, see if it's exactly the same.
Keep your wits about you.
Yes.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure.
What advice do you seek? Let me help.
I won't forget this.
Let's patch you up.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
Let me help.
I won't forget this.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Just in time.
Let's patch you up.
I owe you one.
Whoa. Okay, well. I should have saved it and then reloaded it. Done 2 saves. For science.
I will lead us to fortune.
How may I serve the dynasty?
I'm at your service. This wound will make a fine scar.
Thank you.
Let's patch you up.
Just in time.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries. That's how it's done. Always keep your eye on the prize.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium. This wound will make a fine scar.
I owe you a debt.
Let me help.
I won't forget this.
Here's formation.
I know how to take risks.
What advice do you seek? Let's patch you up.
I owe you a debt.
This wound will make a fine scar.
I'll make sure to return the
Let me
favor
help.
one day.
We'll just go without it. I'll have a wound. We'll be ending this episode shortly. Sorry about that.
I always keep my options open.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Let's patch you up.
I owe you a debt. I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
It won't open. The damned heretics have blocked the door, trembling at the thought of our approach.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Let us not dawdle. Always keep your eye on the prize. Keep your wits about you.
Aha!
I am at your service.
I woke up with a feeling of wonder, as if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling. Duty prevails. The light of terror shines for us.
I will lead us to fortune.
We're all leveled. Well, this is the only person who knows lore about warp. But this awareness skill. I'm going to use the awareness. She's the highest demolition person, but we need Imperial lore. Well, I can get Imperium lore. Xenos. I'm gonna go with Imperium with her. I think maybe we can't select that, huh? Oh well. We're almost done here.
I always keep my options open. Is there money? Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Over there!
Keep your wits about you.
The roar of flames ring in your ear and the choking makes you cough, gasping for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You're surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk through the fire. It's Theodore von Valencia. Theodora, are you lost, my heir? Argenta, an apparition, or sorcerer's apparition, trickery of the warp. Abelard, sister, you will lower your weapon. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous. I'm going to select option 2. Aren't you in pain? Pain is a reflection of one's weakness, Boydsan DeZinj. To renounce weakness of spirit in pursuit of greatness is the only path heights worthy of a rogue trader. I can lead you out to these flames, boys, and show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so you can defeat my enemies. Decide. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodore speaks is like music to your ears. She's a demon. The entity now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind, is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer, and the answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Argentin, do not listen to this abomination, Boydsan DeZinj. If there is not but his light in your heart, if you're not resolute in your faith, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects his faithful and will not be deterred by either darkness or deceit promises, nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch faith in their soul. To the void with you, we need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in the furnace. The people, Boydsan DeZinj, the survivors from the middle decks. We must help the crew, lead them out, find a way around. Alright, they will miss our chance to meet up with Boydsan DeZinj. What are you waiting for? I'm going to go for Icona class. I told you I was a man, even though I'm kind of dogmatic, I was for the people. Get the people off the bridge. I will not leave my people in harm's way. You look away. The illusion breaks. The unbearable heat instantly makes your skin burn. The voice of the people are beyond the shroud of smoke you grow. And hopefully, once you and your companions rush back, barking orders and guiding the survivors, in your determination, you completely forgot about Theodore, and when you turn your head, you see nothing but bellowing fire.
Where did she go? The thing was standing in front of us in the fire? I could have sworn.
The Emperor favors me today.
Is there money to be made?
Look at that. Goods. We're almost done here, folks. Sorry about that. In fact, I think I'm going to save it here.
I always have a backup plan.
Too late. We are too late. Or perhaps Edelthrad and his escort never made it here. Which would be even worse.
Or they could be fighting on the bridge as we speak. Without us.
My lord, I beg your pardon for interrupting. The people are asking for orders. You came back to save us. So now we will follow you through thick and thin.
To the bridge. If Edelthrad is there, then he requires immediate assistance. I say there is one thing that I find most troubling. The Lord Captain's Voxcasts. They are still coming in, even though it would make sense for Lady Theodora to be on the bridge right now, at the head of the counter-assault. I feel uneasy. What if the Lord Captain is besieged in her own chambers? With your permission, I suggest that we confirm for ourselves that she is not. We can use the same elevator that Lady Theodora and Maud headed for earlier.
I always keep my options open.
Okay, I'm putting, see right there, there's something we missed here. I saw an X. Oh, look at that. Interesting. Okay, well, you know, there's, again, I have not played this game. I've been avoiding secrets. I have not seen any YouTube videos. I'm not using any mods, any cheats. And I'm not looking forward to trying to spoil. I'm doing this as a blind playthrough. I hope you have a great day. This is episode 2. We'll have episode 3 coming up soon. And if you're not aware, the City Skylines 2, I put a temporary halt on that. There's a mega patch that's coming out in the next few days. And I figure, let's start over. There's so much I have learned about the game. So many different techniques. And without the patch, it's really changed the game. So I want to restart the city. I've been liking it. I actually like City Skylines 2. Even with the bugs. But again, this is BoydofZINJ. I'm saying one last time and calling it quits. And yes, you saw me play it for science a few times. It happens, you know. Not every game is going to be in Iron Man mode. But you have a great day, and thank you very much for watching. And again, please like, comment, and subscribe. And for the sake of the Emperor, give me a comment. And if you're shy, like an introvert like myself, an emoji is fine as well. For the Emperor protects. And those who serve the Emperor will be rewarded. Again, thank you. It's that time of the video where I'd say adios. Thank you for watching. And if you're hearing this, I really like to say thank you for staying at least this long or skipping to the end. I really appreciate it. Better yet, the YouTube gods seem to enjoy it. Please like, subscribe, click on the bell icon to notification alerts. It really does help content creators like myself. I need the help. If you have any suggestions about my YouTube content or my channel or about this video, I'd love to hear it. Please leave a comment. Regardless, I'd like to thank you for watching. Stay safe, be entertained, enjoy life, and until next time, adios, goodbye. Hope your RNG is better than mine. Thank you.
All hands, initiate shutdown sequence.